And welcome everyone to round 19 of the 2026 TPIL Lawyers QAFL Premiership season here at Caliber Homes Ovals at Bruce Small Park, between the third place Surfers Paradise Demons and the 10th place Aspley Hornets. Yes, Aspley still vying for that top 8 place in the ladder. Of course, a few teams vying for that, and Noosa and hosting Palm Beach. Already as we speak, that game's already underway. We'll keep you updated with that score right throughout the afternoon. And I'd like to welcome you here to the home of the 2026 TPIL Lawyers QAFL live stream action, of course, on AFL Queensland YouTube. As I mentioned, live from Caliber Homes Oval here in Benoa, home of the Demons. Also like to thank AFL Queensland umpire partner Bradner Windows and Doors. As the umpires are on the field, and the umpires for today, number 11, Andrew Beecroft, 16, Kai Bendlebury, and number 29 there, Frank Rayson. No late changes to either side. The starting interchange for the Demons, we've got number 5, James Carrigan, 6, Lawrence King, 33, Max Cruz, and 42, Jamison Scott. And for Aspley, number 2, Kai McKenzie, 29, Thomas Grills, 31, Jesse Patrick Doherty, and 58, Black Keating. Of course, both sides affected by injuries and outs. Surfers Paradise with a few players playing the VFL, as we know, and we tell the Brisbane Lions are crushing the Gold Coast Suns in the VFL. And Southport Sharks, I think where Lucas Snowball, Oscar Wood, Matt McGuinness and a couple others are playing as well. They were trailing Coburg by 2 goals in that match in Melbourne. So the toss might be too far away. Special day for Albie Jones, number 40 for Surfers Paradise, playing his 150th game. And of course, like Palm Beach Currumbin, Surfers Paradise enjoyed last weekend off to regroup ahead of another finals campaign. Probably arrived at the right time too, with some indifferent form over recent weeks. They lost to the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions twice, RVP and Maroochydore, before winning away against Labrador before the bye. Injuries and selection changes have, as I mentioned, may have taken a toll, but the Demons will be hoping up the break and return to some important players such as Dave Swallow, Lachlan Simpson today. Will be important, of course, ahead of the finals. They've got a big game next week too, so they can't take their eye off the ball against Morningside. So a couple of big weeks for Surfers Paradise after their bye. Victory will also consolidate their top 4 position on the ladder. As I mentioned, with that match to away to Morningside next week. And like Noosa, Aspley are facing a tough stretch of matches. In fact, Paul Hornets, they've had to face Palm Beach, Currumbin, Redland, Victoria Point, Maroochydore, and now Surfers Paradise in the last 4 matches. So, but they're still in contention, of course, for the final 8. A heavy loss to the Roos last week, no doubt an aberration for the Hornets, considering they were right in the contest against the Lions and the Sharks before fading away late. So can the Hornets sting a surprise here against the Demons, who have lost 2 in a row here at their much-loved home ground, and be very rare for them to be lose a hat-trick of home games. But as I said, coming off the bye, they should be well and truly refreshed and ready to take on Aspley here this afternoon. Yours truly in commentary, flying solo today, Andrew Brown, and in the comfort of the Surface Paradise, the timekeeper's box. So, of course, those will know, we've got the Gold Coast Air Show not too far away, so there'll be plenty of buzzing around, no doubt, and a bit of buzz ahead of this contest. We'll keep you updated, as I mentioned, with the match between Noosa and Palm Beach. Palm Beach had an early lead over the Noosa Tigers, that match being played on the Sunshine Coast. Of course, next week will be the final round of TPIL Lawyers QAFL before the finals get underway. So already here, and umpire Frank Rayson holds the ball aloft, and Smith up against Delbridge. Delbridge, of course, second for the hit-outs, and Hornets kicking to the right of your screen, and that is the southern end of the ground. And Surface, though, Albert comes through Lear Camps. He goes for a quick chip over the top. He's looking there for Michael Luxton, but Hornets getting in the way, and it's going out of bounds. So Surface Paradise kicking towards the lake end, or the northern end, in this first term. And well, it was a bit of a swirling breeze around before. It is overcast conditions. Bit of rain south of the border, but hopefully that will stay away for this match this afternoon. And being shoved out of the way there was Simpson by Delbridge. Got a clearance, as he so often does. Ball goes down to the Aspley forward pocket. Brock O'Sullivan in there trying to get the ball. The ball beats all players out of bounds. So promising start to Aspley. The ball will be thrown in only about 35 metres around from their goal. Good crowd in as well for this TPIL Lawyers round at 19 at contest. Can you believe it's round 19 already? The year is absolutely flying. Final's not too far away. So Delbridge in the front position. A chance there for Chambers. He's got his opponent Cicerago under the hammer. Tackle sent to the ground. Umpire Pendlebury this time will come and throw the ball up. Right on the top of the Aspley square. Jeffrey was there. And again, players just wrapped up in a tackle, and umpire Pendlebury to repeat the dose. So Delbridge is still in there contesting. Hornets trying to get their front position, and Doran chipped in there. Tackled by Jeffrey. So another stoppage at the top of the square. Surface looking to defend here, and Aspley looking for their first scoring opportunity. Getting the ball there was Jai Bowd, and he was tackled, got rid of the ball. The free kick will go to Aspley in the shape of Brock O'Sullivan playing the forward role. It can be a tricky kick from this right forward pocket. And Hornets love to get on the board early with the major here. And as I said, Surface coming off a break. Might take a minute or two. Coach Sam Dwyer will hope they don't take too long to get going. And up until that loss against Maroochydore last week, Aspley had been in contention against those top teams in PBC and RVP and those losses. So let's see what Brock Sullivan can do here. Lines it up. Ball trying to swing around, but Surface defence happy to knock it through for the first score of the afternoon. And it goes away to the Hornets. So 2.5 minutes are played. One behind there to Aspley. I mentioned the Demons missing a few players, as is Aspley, but Albie Jones is there. And game number 150. Looks to go the short kick out. Found his target there, and Joshua Neese immediately plays on. Goes out wide, finds Luxton. There's normal link-up players involved there. Luxton's called to play on. He looked to switch the play, goes short, picks up the leading possession getter there in Benny Woodburn. Now Surface with the ball out wide. Neese's got a bit of room here. Now this is the first foray into attack Surface. They go deep into their half-forward flank. In the front position there was Harry Grills, contesting there with Samuel Jewell. Picked off there by Joe Kennedy. And a marker around the neck. Take your pick. And the free kick there going to Zachy Sears. Just inside attacking 50. 45-degree angle. So probably have to allow just that right-hand goal post to try and get Surface first score on the board. Aspley are already there with one behind. 3.5 minutes played. And let's see what Sears can do here. There's a whole range of goal kickers. Surface Paradise. Minogue not playing for them. And Sears, well, there you go. Hits the left-hand post. That's their first score of the afternoon. Yeah, Josh Minogue. Yeah, hopefully they'll get him back for the finals. Already the week off last week. He's got 32 goals for the season. Lawrence King said he next best for 30 as Aspley Had no trouble bringing the ball out from the defensive zone. Went to Grills. There's Bastinak. Expect to get a few positions from him this afternoon. Ball now on their half-forward line. Hornets go forward, looking for a lead. Chambers is there. Knocked off his opponent. Ball still kept in play. Levi immediately tackled though by Sears, rode into the ground. So Sears doing work for both ends of the ground there. And the ball will be thrown up about 35 metres around from the Aspley goal. They're putting themselves quite well early. A snap out of the pack there. That might have been from Zodi Bradshaw, it was, but it missed everything, missed the whole target. So no addition to the score. One behind a piece. Coming up to the 5-minute mark, the opening term. Round 19, TPIL Lawyers round 19 action. And of course, all this vision courtesy of Double Take on AFL Queensland's YouTube channel. Ball back in the centre. Jeffrey had the ball taken away from him. Kennedy goes in after him. Now he's at ground level, trying to pick up the ball. Can't do so. And the ball will be thrown up. Again, thanks to Brad Windows, sponsoring the umpires for today. Umpires Rayson, Beecroft and Pendlebury. Luxton, handball over to Beardsill. So damaging off that half-back line as the 150 gamer here, and Albie Jones gets on that trusty left boot. Looking to spot up a player further up the field. Couldn't quite get it, was Kane Gordon. They can recover though. Ball back there to Swallow, wearing the helmet today. Glad to have him back in the team. The ball ends up once again with Albie Jones. Ready to drive Surface Paradise back into attack. Instructions from Sam Dwyer from the sidelines. Need a big mark here, but it's only coming away the Hornets. And standing tall and defensively there was Patrick Coffey with a strong mark. He elects to go short and finds Levi. Still in their defensive zone. One behind a piece. Early stages first term. Next to go broadcast side. Chambers up there and Jones. Well, he's having a picnic so far in his 150th game. About his 5th or 6th possession already. And providing a wall across that half-back line. Down on the left boot. Looking there for Zach Smith. He got the front position. He knocked the ball down. Aspley are there to recover though. I'll deliver the ball again broadcast side. Guess who? Towards Jones and Chambers. Chambers over the top. Knocked the ball away. Got the ball down to Levi. Quick kick away now the broadcast wing. Rocco Sullivan sets himself. Ball comes down to ground level. Leah Campsey behind back to Beardsill. Billy squares it off. A risky kick. There were 3 demons there. But the ball will favour Jeffrey if he can pick it up. He couldn't. Simpson did though for Surface. Quickly got the handball over to Doran. Over the top there to Sears. They're running forward now, Surface. Luxton is in position. They'll take the mark. That was just ahead of Lockie Sherwood. Still on the outer wing. Still need a mark inside 50 or on the edge of 50, and Boren does provide that. And skipper for Surface. Not if he might back himself here. Be right on the edge of his distance. Now looks for the lead. The lead is coming forward and coming out there. The 2 big tall timbers. And on that occasion, it was Sammy Jewell, who of course was in for a couple of weeks, back in the side. Another focal point up forward, especially with the absence of Minogue. So Sam Jewell will go back and have the shot for goal. Try and get the first major on the board. It's been a tight opening first 8 minutes here at Calibre Homes Oval. And Jewell goes back, immediately celebrates, and that is the first goal of this contest, going the way of the Demons at the 8-minute mark, and that's courtesy of Sammy Jewell. So good work. They did the build up. Albie Jones providing that ball across the half-back line. They switched the play. Doran ended up, and they provided the space for Sam Jewell to lead into it, and he truly obliged. And Surface on the board. 1-1-7. Aspley 1 behind. Just ticked over 8 minutes of the opening term. I said cloudy, overcast. Hopefully the rain will stay away. Umpire Frankie Rayson has a ball in hand. About to throw the ball up. And Simpson doing the ruck work. Head of Delbridge. Putting the tap down. Being held there was Hodniski. The leading possession getters there for the Hornets. 233 so far. Make it 234 for the season now. Kicks the ball out wide. Happy for a mark inside forward. Albie Jones again picks the ball off. The ball there to Bowd. And Jones eventually run out of bounds. The Hornet supporters perhaps wanting a free kick. The tackle was there by Kai McKenzie. left arm, left shoulder strap and the blue boots. The players jostling for position. Service with the early goal, 9-minute mark of the opening term. Throw-in takes place by requesting no holding. Delbridge built it down to Bastanak. That's the Ryan variety. To the top of the square, but coming in, LB Jones again. He is everywhere at the moment. He is celebrating that 150th in style. Got the ball across there to Rory Tarleton. And turn to Luxton. Got Beardsall over the top if he wants him. He does so now. They'll switch the play out wide. Goes back inboard. There's the skipper, Matty Doran. Surface go towards the northern end in this first turn. Grabbed high. And the free kick will be going to Lockie Sherwood. To sort of the centre square, defensive side for Aspley. They can get their first goal of the afternoon on the board. Punched away, well done there by Luxton. The ball remained in play. The ball squared off by Harrison Fraser. Finds a teammate there in James Carrigan. Started the game on the bench. That's one of the leading tacklers to surface this year. Sends the ball inside 50 and a strong mark taken by Joey Kennedy. Might be on the right in his distance range here. He's got 25 goals for the season. And he'll go back and try and get another major on the board for Surfers Paradise. Give them a bright start, which is what they were looking for. Was currently in third position. There's a risk if they lose a couple of games, with especially Morningside next week, they could slip out of the top four. But Kennedy drives that ball, drifts across the face though, and squeezes in through for a minor score. 1-2-8, 7-point lead to the home team. Astley just stuck on one behind. Now 11 minutes played. As Astley are ready to bring the ball back into play. And which way will Sherwood go? Let's go broadcast side. Delbridge went up, contested there with Simpson down at Bowd. Over there to Carrigan. Got a couple of positions already. In there too is Jamison Scott. Ball close to the boundary line. And will come in and do his work. I said there's a game earlier, getting underway slightly earlier today between Noosa and Palm Beach. Noosa desperate to win that contest to stay in the 8. I think we'll score there from the Coco Oval shortly. Of course, the Bond University QAFLW finals get underway today too. Morningside hosting Wilson Grange, and down the road from here, Bond University and Aspley. It'll be an interesting contest. I'm sure many of the Horn supporters will be off to Bond University after this match. The service are looking to go forward once again. Cesarago had the ball, looking there for Fraser. Now pick the ball up over to Woodburn. Now a chance for Beardsall, like he loves to do. Come down from the back line. Had a flying shot at goal, but he's off target. This brings up another behind. So, score. Third behind there for Surface. They bring that ball back into play. Very short kick, barely went to 15. There's Ryan Bastanak being corralled there. Well done by young Bowd. And Aspley having all sorts of trouble getting out of their defensive zone. Yeah, that score between Noosa and Palm Beach, well, the Lions are looking pretty good there. 11-7-73 and Noosa are currently 4-4-28. That match got underway at 1 p.m. Well, the other match is 2 p.m. We'll keep you updated when those other results start, so the scores start filtering through. So boundary throw to take place. Just inside attacking 50. Left tail forward flank there for Surfers Paradise. Leading it by 8 points. 13 minutes gone. This opening term. Lost the last two here to the big guns in Redland Victoria Point and Palm Beach Currumbin. As Hodniski was tackled there. All being tackled there high. Looking for the free kick. That was Jamison Scott. And he did get it too. Umpire has paid it his way. So Harper against the boundary. Jamison Scott started the interchange bench. Been a bit live on that forward line since he came on. So he might be wanting to screw this ball around. So hard up against the boundary. At that northern end. Does so. Bring it around pretty quickly. It's not a bad attempt. I think he's squeezed it through. He has. He celebrated. Great kick there by Jamison Scott. And Surface get their second on the board. Bright start for the Demons at the 14-minute mark, 2-3-15, and the Hornets stuck on at one behind. So, promising start there for Surfers Paradise. I said they had the bye. Prior to that, they had a good win at Labrador, away at Labrador, down the road to Cook Murphy, the traditional rivals. But prior to that, they had a couple of losses at home. They got off a great start to the year, undefeated for many rounds until they came up against Palm Beach. They played Palm Beach twice in about 4 weeks. And were on the wrong side of those scores. As Palm Beach and Morningside have certainly asserted their authority at the top of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL ladder. As Delbridge got the tap down on as far as Swallow. Already Carrigan involved early. Back to Bowd has also been good. There's Billy Beardsall on the other side. Immediately plays on. Leads her on from the other side. Kane Gordon came out. Will run around his opponent. Sends a left foot deep into 50. Would spoil away though, but picked up by Sears, and Sears an opportunist goal there, front and square, and front and centre. Picked up the crumbs, that defensive knock, and has made no mistake. And 2 goals in a minute there to Surfers Paradise, and already a 3-goal lead, 3-3-21. In fact, 20 points over Aspley on one behind. Got that first behind early. Aspley did a lot of early attacking, but since then it's all been Surfers Paradise. So the Demons starting off just like Sam Dyer would have expected, as LB Jones comes on after a bit of a break, as does Simpson. Certainly the last thing that Surfers Paradise looking at would be any more injuries, especially after the break and coming into the finals. Delbridge tap down, only as far as Woodburn was held. Umpire played advantage. So Benny's going on a run. He might pick his chances here. He elects to do the right thing, and Kennedy went up. He's got a great leap, as we know. And Joey Kennedy takes a great mark over Patrick Coffey. Well, last week, Aspley, they had a poor start against Maroochydore. Now, I think 8 goals in the first quarter, and after showing some bright promise, early promise, the first 5 minutes here, Surface with advantage, free kick paid to Woodburn, and ends up with Kennedy from point-blank range. Leans back, and he makes no mistake. So it's going all the way of SP at the moment at the 17-minute mark, 4-3-27, and the Hornets are on one behind. So Kennedy, after missing early from a difficult shot, he gets his first on the board, and it's number 26 for the season. Minogue, of course, not playing today. He's kicked 32. Lawrence King's kicked 30. Kane Gordon also being useful on the forward line. He's had 23 so far this year. As far as the Hornets are concerned, Ryan Bassinak, the leading goal kicker for 19, but the next 3 leading goal kickers, including Cooper Walsh, unfortunately out through injury at the moment. Certainly missing those players. But Zach Smith now back in the ruck. Delbridge having to do all the work there for Aspley. Ball falls away of Surface though. Doran scooped it out there to Carrigan. He's certainly been busy since he came on that midfield. Look for Smith. Good spoil in front there by Justice Bentley. But they had the runners there. Jamison Scott came in. Ball beats all comers, bouncing towards that right forward pocket for Surface. Ball still in play, so danger for Aspley. Need to get out of this defensive zone. Sears is there, so Swallow a little left foot toe poke. And the Hornets happy to rush that through for a minor score. In particular there, Harry Grills. Kick in quickly, and looking for Chambers, and getting in front, Cesarago. Of course, played his first game for Surface 2 weeks ago against Labrador, and he'll be pretty pleased with that in his second effort. Congratulated by his teammates, they rush to him now as he delivered a pass. Beautifully to Lawrence King. So, as we mentioned, Joe Kennedy on the board, goal number 26, and Lawrence King, who's had 30, of course, lively for many years for the Demons. He's looking to put his name on the scoreboard as far as a major is concerned as well. 45 out, better than a 45-degree angle, right behind the kick here. Tried to allow for the breeze, just hooked the ball across his body somewhat, and through for another score. So doing all the attacking at the moment at that northern end. Breeze, as it normally does here on the Gold Coast, swinging from the pocket at one end to the pocket at the other. It's a 28-point lead there to Surface. Just gone 19 minutes. Umpire calls Aspley defender to play on. Delbridge in front of Smith. Smith with a pump behind. Down there as Leah Campsey, and held up and wrapped up in a tackle. And umpire will throw the ball up right to the boundary line. Smith happy to keep it in. Matty Goran back to Beards. He'll slip the vital stage though. Might allow Aspley in here. The arm wrestle's on. No one gets it clear. Right in front of the Aspley interchange bench. Obviously, Lee and Dawn getting words of encouragement from the opposite numbers there. The ball goes out of bounds though. Ryan Bastanak couldn't keep it in. Ball will be thrown back in. As William Broadbent doing the running for Surface Paradise. As defender. It's out at the moment. The ball will be thrown in. Actually right in front of the Aspley interchange bench. They're down by 28 points. Need to get things moving forward. Delbridge doing battle with Zach Smith. Ball bounced awkwardly, as it did for Cruz. Coming in was Jordan Bastanak. Ball spill out here to Kai McKenzie for the Hornets. Ball kick off the shins there, and that'll be the lasso, the first one for the afternoon. Everyone loves doing the lasso when it goes out of bounds. Harrison Fraser immediately takes off. He's got time to have a bounce. Eludes the Hornets' defence, and a beautiful pinpoint kick, and spots out Simpson. And Lockie Simpson will go back, helping Zach Smith in the ruck, double teaming Finbar Delbridge this afternoon. So tough assignment for the Hornets ruckman. But Simpson will go back, and certainly that tall timber, Kennedy, Smith. Also got Jewel, that tall timber, worrying the Hornets defence at the moment. So he'll come in, better angle than what Lawrence King was. And again, should know this ground better, should be allowing a bit of breeze that right to left. As missing on quite a few chances. So behind there to Lachlan Simpson. Makes the score 4-6-30 to one behind. The ball now taken the other side by the Hornets. Got a few runners here if they can get the ball to them. But driven to the ground solidly. And a dumping tackle there. So they'll go away Tarleton. Immediately called to play on. Brock O'Sullivan on his hammer straight away. Put the ball back to his skipper though, and Doran goes short to Beards. He'll travel the 15, it just did. Billy goes back to Albie Jones, playing possession number 8 so far in this first term. All by himself is bowed on this outer wing, or broadcast wing. Leah Campsey with the overlap. Also down from the back line. Kicked back in short, the switching play to Carrigan. He's picked up half a dozen disposals too since he's been on. Called to play on. Got the kick away just ahead of Doherty. Or high flying from behind there was Sears. And Harrison Fraser, an opportunist snap at the top of the square as the ball came to ground. And he knows where the goals are too, Harry Fraser. And he gets on the board for his first. And those small forwards, again, Jamison Scott ping one, of course, from the boundary line. Lawrence King had a shot, so we've got a good mixture at the moment, Surface Paradise, the tall timber up there, as well as the small forwards, as Lawrence King comes off for a break. But Harrison Fraser, he's on the board. I've heard the effects in the background of airplane, of course. The Word Aware Gold Coast Air Show on at the moment. 3 days, started yesterday through to today and of course tomorrow. I'm hoping the rain will stay away from them. Of course, brought many people to the Gold Coast this weekend, and a stunning display of aircraft and all the different manoeuvres that they are capable of. But here at Surface Paradise, all the manoeuvres over Aspley at the moment, and Simpson rubbing his own ruckwork, got the ball to Woodburn, squeezes a little kick there, looking for Sears or also Fraser. Swallow fired a kick down into the forward line. Ryan Bastanak later tackles. Swallow got the ball out though. Chance for Sears. Little chip kick there, look for Simpson. Tackle behind though by Delbridge. And over the shoulder free kick will go the way of Surface once again. And the nuggety little rover in Bunny Woodburn. He's racked up over 430 disposals, so immediately plays on, swung around. Oh, the high fly back. It might have been from Kennedy again, I think. And it just went through for another minor score, just off the hands of the pack there. So 12 scoring shots they've had to 1 in this first term. Gone 24 minutes, and it's all the way of the home team, the Demons, wearing the red and blue, and hoping their AFL counterparts, the same colours Melbourne, can equip themselves this year too. It was knocked off Fremantle last week. The Surface here in control against the Hornets. Coffey tackled off the ball. A little bit of a scrum at the moment. Quick kick away from Hodniski, but only finding Albie Jones. He's been a star in this first term. Being in game number 150. He's going to save. Use a bit of time and go backwards there to Nice. His short kick. Carrigan scoops it up off the turf. Cricket pitch area here too at Calibre Homes Oval. Squares off to Beardsall. At space. Does the ball long inside the 50. Kenny went up. Ball punched away from him. But don't argue there. And that was Jeffrey as a Hornets player down behind play. It looks like Blake Keating. But in the meantime, Surface had the ball. Well, Cruz almost had it. Just a quick kick away by the Aspley defence. High up another try marking that. And in fact, doing so and doing well was Jordan Chambers. So Chambers, these are runners going past. One of them is Jeffrey. Sends the ball to centre half forward. Got loose players there. One of them is Lachlan Chambers this time. Number 6. Jordan number 20 and Lachlan number 6. So Chambers goes back from outside 50. No in the goal square. Hoping it bounces the right way, but it's gone the wrong side. Left-hand side of the goalpost. It's only another minor score there. For the visitors, Aspley 2 behind, so trailed by 35 points. And they've got loose runners everywhere. Albie Jones, Humphrey got around Chambers, went one way then the next. Little chick kick, looking there for Sears. Also there's Kai McKenzie. It bounced McKenzie's way, broke the Sears tackle, got the kick away, but it's going to go... Oh, it actually came back in, so didn't go out at all. Woodburn was the only thing that went out of bounds there. The ball stayed in. Ball ends up with Carrigan though for Surface. They can flip another ball inside 50. It's an open forward line as well. Kennedy in front of his opponent. Happy to paddle the ball in front of him, as well as Patrick Coffey. And sees the ball to be thrown in. Just outside their defensive, or I should say taking 50. Surface Paradise. They're 55 metres around from their goal. The northern end was down to the Aspley coach's box, and they've certainly got some work to do at quarter time. Probably the scoring end though. That northern end, so often is here. But the wind perhaps died down a little bit from what it was earlier. Certainly not as fresh as it was yesterday here on the Gold Coast. And umpires said no, we'll try throwing it ball in once again. Probably is throwing it into the wind there. Throw the ball a bit further, but always one thing how the ruckman always seems to stand so far back and try and charge in. So let's see what happens in take 2. Simpson and Delbridge doing all the ruck work himself. Held there McKenzie, umpire called play on. Players go to ground. And umpire this time will throw the ball up. So I mentioned Noosa and Palm Beach, the early game. Just in the third quarter, and Palm Beach a handy 52-point lead. They lead at 12-8-80 over Noosa 4-4-28. So a couple of teams trying to get into the top 8, such as Sherwood, Aspley, Cooperoo. Keep an eye on that score. But they've all got tough assignments to know themselves this afternoon. Maroochydore hosting Broadbeach, Cooperoo up against Redland Victoria Point, Sherwood and Labrador, and Surface Aspley, of course, and Wilston Grange and Mount Gravatt, 2 of the bottom teams playing against each other. So a bit of pride of the line there at Hickey Park this afternoon. Ball thrown in, Jeffrey, tackled by a couple. And again, the umpires will throw the ball in. So 28 minutes gone. Opening terms belong to Surface Paradise. Led it by 35 points, 37 to just 2 behind. Woodburn, another disposal. Danger here for the Hornets. At the back there was Simpson. And I think Bobby Coffey happy to see the ball through for a minor score. Getting up slowly. No, in fact, it was Tom Eastor. They go in short. They try and build something through Bastanak. Ryan, that is, to Thomas Levi. Leading up here is Coffey. Getting away there might have been Kennedy. Doing the work away from his full forward zone. Got a goal on the board. 5 individual goal kickers so far for Surface Paradise in this first term. It's 29 minutes gone. The players happy to see the ball on the interchange or broadcast side of the ground here at Calibre Homes Oval. TPIL Lawyers, round 19. One more to go for the regular season. And Simpson, in front of Delbridge. Horseville still Woodburn. Here's Doran. Danger here again for Aspley. But standing back there, last line of defence, is Tane McDonald. Took the relieving mark. Squares it off to the back pocket. Ryan Basnack. They're going backwards instead of forwards. Back to McDonald. Out wide there. The quarter play on two was Eastor. I think he moved off his mark that much. Trying to get there. Line the ball. There's Lachlan Sherwood. Got a quick kick away. But they're finding it hard work out of the defensive zone as Caelan Harrop there tackling the 150 gamer Albie Jones to the ground and decided to go on with it too. Luxton decided to get involved. Probably no need at this stage. Umpire just wants to ball it up actually. And the ball eventually goes out of bounds, and as the wrestle continues on, Albie Jones will say thank you very much. I'll take the free kick. Ticked over 30 minutes played. Surface Paradise 5-8-38. Aspley stuck on two behinds. And can they get a late one here, Surface? Jones, short to Luxton. It's also been a handy play off that back line. But no, there'll be no more scores despite Jewel trying to come in and claim the mark. Bit too late, so quarter time here at Calibre Homes Oval. And it's all the home team. Surface Paradise 5-8-38. Aspley two behinds. Goal kickers for the home team. Sam Jewell kicked the first goal of the match. Singles out of Harry Fraser, Zach Sears, Jamison Scott and Joe Kennedy. But quarter time, it's Surface Paradise by 36 points.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of the AFL Queensland.
AFL Nines, it's footy for
best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick! Yeah!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick, tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience. Having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more,
And welcome back to Calibre Homes Oval here on the Gold Coast at Benoa, and a comfortable quarter-time lead to Surfers Paradise, 5-8-38, and Aspley stuck on 2 behinds. All individual goal kickers there for the home team, and Aspley will perhaps kicking towards the favoured end, and they'll certainly be looking to get the goals on the board earlier to close this margin. Reminder, the other games underway, and first of all bringing the score in the second quarter, the elimination finals underway in Bond University, QAFLW and Morningside. Bright start against Wilson Grange, similar scoreline actually, 5-5-35 to the Panthers, and Wilson Grange stuck on 1-6. So, of course, the other match getting underway later on between Bond University and Aspley, and the women's and the Aspley men need to get something going here to close this gap on Surfers Paradise, getting towards the northern end or lake end in this second term. And Max Cruz sent his opponent to the ground. Umpire Frank Racing will come in and throw the ball up. It started well in the first term, Aspley, but then after that it was all Surfers Paradise. Had plenty of scores off. Delbridge got rid of Zach Smith, has a high up and under, and just off target, just needed a goal. And just missing there, the big number 44 is trying his heart out at the moment. Of course, he's got not only Zach Smith, but Lachlan Simpson as well to beat us in the ruck today. And the Surfers Paradise send the ball out wide. Luxton, the go-to man, takes a strong mark. That's outside defence at 50. Kicks the ball along the outer side. Or Doran went in late, collected his man. There'll be a free kick there to Aspley. Good courage there shown by Tay McDonald. Got up quickly though, ready to take his kick. And needs to send it inside. Attacking 50, looking for a forward mark. Levi was in there. Players just go to ground though. Umpire Pendlebury will come in and throw the ball up. As I mentioned, the other Bond University QAFLW, Bond University are playing at home against Aspley. That match going away at 3:45 p.m. down the road at Bond Uni. Umpire forced to come in and throw the ball up once again. As ball ends out wide, Tarlinson. Ball back there to the busy Beardsall. He couldn't find a target as they tried to switch play. Wasn't a lasso though, so the ball will be thrown in. So Aspley again, like the first quarter, applying early pressure here to the home team. Just need to convert though on the scoreboard, which is lacking at the moment, only the 3 behinds. Surfers 5-8-38, 35-point lead. Delbridge wrapping up arms with Zach Smith. And the kick and a flying shot at goal. That's what they needed. Inspiration goal from their skipper there, Ryan Bastanak, from that ruck contest. So Hornets on the board, get the first goal of the second term. 1-3-9. Take the margin back, Surfers on 5-8-38. Well, as I mentioned, they had been applying a bit of pressure, and that appears to be the scoring end. They need to get score at that opportunity for that inside 50 opportunity, and they did, as David Swallow takes a break in the first 3 minutes of the second term, replaced by Carrigan, who was effective midfielder in the first quarter for Surfers Paradise. So well done there to Bastanak. He's been a tremendous leader for the Hornets this year. He's picked up his 20th goal for the season. The ball back in the centre. Smith and Delbridge do now. Play being held. It's going to go the way of the Hornets. It's going to go to the goal kicker at Bastanak. Ball being on 50 metres too slow from Woodburn. So umpires are strict on that one. Woodburn waiting till he got back on the mark before throwing the ball back. And umpire would have deemed that too long. So great opportunity here for Bastanak to score 2 goals in as many minutes, as well as the 20 goals he's kicked, 340 odd disposals as well for the season, and be ruining that missed opportunity. Perhaps would have expected better from the experience from the ex-Brisbane and of course North Melbourne player. Now back in the Hornets colours as service goes short. Beardsall taking the easy kick. Got other options here. As tackled there was Nice. There to Cesarago. He's about to be tackled as well. Got the handball away to Carrigan, who's got a bit of space in front of him. shows a bit of acceleration, sends the ball out to another speedy player in Jamison Scott. Couldn't take it though on the first time of asking. We've got time to recover. Ends up with Cruz. Spotting up Nice just forward of the defensive 50. He takes a safe mark. Also leading up, and Sears. There's space here for Surface. Doran gets around on that left boot. Avoided a couple of tackles. Now the high kick there, looking for Jewel. Interfered with, topping of the arms. Got the free kick, immediately plays on. High up and under Lawrence King. Hodnitsky couldn't get back there in time. And Lawrence King will go back for a second set shot of the afternoon. And try and get the response there from the first goal. So it just proves costly there. Bastanak, the 50-metre penalty, set shot. Ball goes from one end to the other. And Lawrence King trying to make Aspley play with a 6-pointer here. He comes in and he's off target once again. So 2 behinds, the number 6 today. Not adding to his season's tally of 30 so far. And Aspley really relieved about that. Big kick here with McKenzie. One-on-one there with Harry Fraser. Fraser taps the ball in front of him. Bumper foot by McKenzie. Woodburn, as you expect, went in hard. Held on too long. Umpire will pay advantage here to Beardsall. And spots up the player leading up. So the advantage free kick. The tackle just too long on Benny Woodburn. And Jay Kennedy ends up with the ball in hand. And looking to become the first multiple goal kicker for Surface this afternoon. So deliberate run in from Joe Kennedy. Into a slight breeze. Here now affects Mike. And the ball does bring it from right to left. And too far left. You can't believe he missed it. Didn't know enough. So they bring up double figures, Surface, but it's only in the behinds column. 5, 10, 40. That's a risky kick. 2-on-1. King will pick up. He'll swing around. Have a snap. Lawrence King said, thank you very much. And Hornets were disappointed with that one. So after missing a couple of set shots, Laurie King makes no mistake, gets that goal on the board. So a couple of costly errors by the visitors. And that ends up in the Surface goal. 6-10-46. Aspley 1-4-10. Coming up to the 7-minute mark of the second term. Yes, well, they had trouble virtually at the same stage of the first quarter. Hornets getting the ball out of the defensive zone, and Surface Paradise started on their scoring run. And as I said, disappointed that Bastanak missing that goal at one end. The ball went at the other end. And after a costly error, Surface Paradise have made them pay, and the goal to Lawrence King to bring up goal number 31 for the season. Ball back in the centre. And Delbridge up against Smith. Guys are holding the ball. Carrigan, though, broke the tackle. Got the ball out to Swallow, back off the bench. King shoved his opponent, McDonald, out of the way. Ball might land here for Surface, though. Plenty of red and blue jumpers around here. Had to stand tall in the tackle there, Grills. Couldn't quite do so. Kennedy, was he held? Umpire called play on. Lawrence King is there once again. Was he grabbed high? I think umpire went to blow the whistle. And perhaps the benefit of the doubt given there. So he'll come in and throw the ball up. Wrong into the ground as far as Aspley is concerned. Trail it by 36 points. 8 minutes gone. Second quarter. As Woodburn and Hodniski doing that midfield battle. Both, and again, Puppy held on too long this time against Woodburn, so McKenzie also involved there. Nothing malicious in it. The free kick though goes to Aspley, a little bit down the ground. Short kick, now he's going to call him back. Might be Jordan Bastanak on that other side, underneath the scoreboard, showing a 6-goal lead there to Surface, and Simpson happy to thump the ball out. Probably should have taken the mark. And no lasso on that occasion, so the ball will be thrown in. Now around the grounds on TPI Lawyers QAFL round 19. Maroochydore over Buller beats them by 22 points there on the sunny coast. Into the third quarter, Palm Beach all over Noosa. So Noosa only one game clear in the 8. And the Palm Beach well and truly in front by almost 10 goals there up on the Sunshine Coast. Get back to this game for a moment. Simpson did battle with Delbridge. Levi tackled to the ground. Woodburn, as you'd expect, in and under. Ball out to Luxton. Went looking for Albie Jones, who was so dominant in the first term for Surface. But again, Aspley making hard work of trying to get the ball moving forward, and Cesarago is there to knock the ball out of bounds. Cooperoo and Redland Victoria Point all tied up at 21 points apiece in their match at Giffen Park. Only won the 3 games at home so far this year, Cooperoo, and well, what a big scalp it would be if they can stay in contention for the top 8 if they can beat the Sharks today. And Sherwood just 1 point down behind Labrador. So a couple of interesting games. Of course, you can catch all the action on the AFLQ YouTube channel. Well, the pictures courtesy of Double Take 2026. Ball now coming out through Carrigan. There's a 1-2 with Simpson. Gives the ball, looking for King. Tay McDonald's in the way. Gaelic football style. Set the ball to for his boot, and the advantage is paid. So Sears will take that advantage. Send the ball up wide. Kane Gordon 1-on-1 against his opponent. Interfered with there by Harry Grills. And probably no doubt about that. Kane Gordon will go back now and will have a set shot. So as soon as Aspley try and get the ball moving forward, they come unstuck. And they had the runners going forward. Got advantage free kick there to Sears. And Sears seeing his opportunity with Kane Gordon going down the forward line, 1-on-1. And got the resultant free kick. We'll go back 30 metres out, virtually directly in front. Shouldn't have to allow for much breeze here. And with that left foot, goal umpire barely moves. Kane Gordon gets his first of the afternoon. And the second for the quarter for Surface Paradise at the 11-minute mark. And the biggest lead of the game now, 42 points, 7-10-52. Aspley stuck on 1-4-10. So Kane Gordon moving to 24 goals for the season. Harrison Fraser, he's had a couple of injuries throughout this year. He's stuck on 18. And David Swallow, of course, in between Suns matches, Suns commitments. He's got the 7 goals for the season, but more valuable there in that midfield where he is now. With the skipper Matt Doran, Carrigan, Zach Smith, Delbridge though, got first touch, down to Swallow. That was a throw. Umpire called play on. Thought he was about to call a free kick against him. Picked up by Doran, standing up strong there in the middle of his Eastall veteran, and goes short. Finds Kai McKenzie. McKenzie goes wide. Delbridge there, ahead of Smith, and Finbar takes a strong march. Well, went for a quick handball on the top. McKenzie was loose to the inside, but again, they come unstuck, but a good tackle there laid by Tommy Grills. And Zach Smith, right smile on his face, tackled by the much smaller opponent. But Thomas Grills will take the free kick. Right in front of us here, from the Aspley bench as well. And not going up, taking the mark. As Aspley, still a chance in their forward line now if they get the ball clear. Players dive in. Bowd lays a tackle. Wraps his opponent. Ball be thrown up right on a 50-metre arc. Aspley just on the 1 goal. 1 goal, 4-10. Surface Paradise 7-10-52. And now something paid off the ball here, so it's going to go to Josh Neese. That was for, not quite sure. Oh, kicked it straight, but he go 15 surely. But he tried the short pass there to the teammate in Max Cruz, and standing in the way was Lockie Chambers. Said, thank you very much, I'll take that. And Chambers will go back and try and go 5 points better than his skipper Ryan Bastanak a few moments ago. Directly in front, a little bit further out from goal. On the left foot, it's going to allow for that breeze. It's a low kick, doesn't quite make the distance, but squeezes through. No, went out of bounds. So disappointed there for Chambers. Just one other matchup to give you a progress score at Hickey Park. Wilson Grange in front of Mount Gravatt by 15 points, 32 points to 17. The close ones, keep an eye on there. Cooperoo and Redland, and also Sherwood and Labrador. Teams ready to take Noosa's place in the 8. They're picking up, taking the swing around. The high up another is Jordan Taylor. Didn't make the distance. The ball somehow stayed in. Dawn got the ball over teammate. Kicks the ball now. Gordon, Kennedy from behind. Only stuck the ball in front. And player involved there getting the ball was Justice Bentley, I should say. Now that player's paid another free kick, a ruck infringement. Go to Zach Smith. Defensive zone. Dora runs behind him. trying to go down through that corridor, as they love to do surface. They've had plenty of space today. Luxton goes in. He's tackled. Wrapped up by Jordan Bastanak. Back in the centre of the ground with surface leading it by 42 points. 14.5 minutes gone. Round 19, TPIL Lawyers, QAFL. The umpire will come in and throw the ball once again. It's number 11, Andrew Beecroft. And Delbridge and Smith get the ball clear this time. Jordan Bastanak. Zach Smith went after him. Luxton goes in after him as well. Woodburn somehow from in and under got the ball clear. Comes out there to lead Cam standing tall, taking a strong mark is Jamison Scott, who kicked a terrific goal in the first quarter. This will test him. He's further out, kicking into that slight breeze, looking for the high markers. No, the lead is on. Lawrence King allowed space, and King came in, takes the mark out in front. Will go back, have his third set shot. He kicked 2 behinds from that set shot. The goal that he kicked was in general play. Lawrence King looking for his second goal of the quarter, and add a bit more pain to the Hornets' cause here. 35 metres out. Bertrick directly in front towards the southern road end. The supporters end here at Surface Paradise, and again the goal umpires barely had to move. And the veteran number 6 makes no mistake. So after Aspley got the first goal the second term in the 2-minute mark, Surface have responded for the next 3. And the 16-minute mark now becomes the biggest lead of the game at 48 points. King has 2. Kane Gordon has 1. And the rest are all singles there to Harrison Fraser, Sammy Jewell, Zach Sears, Jamison Scott and Joe Kennedy. And Ryan Bastanak, the sole goal kicker for Aspley, with work to do. Hodniski, number 39 there in the centre. We're going to get a bit more of the ball at the moment. One of the key playmakers. Doing a battle with Benny Woodburn at the moment. It's tackles into the ground. The umpire will come in and repeat the dose. So Smith shoved his opponent away illegally. It's an umpire Pendlebury. So Delbridge, who just works tirelessly, second on the competition hit out so far this season. Need a mark down there. Brock O'Sullivan couldn't take it. Down to Tarleton. As Neese looking for the sanctuary of the boundary line, got it. Just as Doherty was coming in ready to tackle him. The ball will be thrown in. Hornets would dearly love a goal here. I said they've had a pretty tough last month. Had it by a couple of weeks ago, but prior to that had to play Palm Beach, Currumbin and Redland Victoria Point. And found Maroochydore too good last week. So we're playing all the top 4 sides. They're finding a struggle so far here today. There's Jeffrey, he's tackled strongly by Doran. Still in Aspley's forward line. Finbar Delwich behind his opponent. Ball's trying to fit to Taylor. Bastanak. Ryan dribble a kick there towards the goal line. And the ball happily rushed through as Jordan Taylor was trying to come through, try and squeeze a cheeky goal. A rush behind. Stuck on 1-5-11 as LB Jones in game number 150 for Surface sends the ball to the outer side. Players set themselves. Jewell from behind. Get the ball on the rebound. Handball over to Beardsill. Cheekley took a bounce. Got the ball over his skipper. Long raking handball from Doran to Woodburn. On the overlap there is Luxton. From the back line into the forward line. Little chip kick. No red and blue jumpers there. Coffey's kick was intercepted, as was Gordon's. Eastor trying to tackle Gordon. He still has the ball in play. Trying to feed the ball through. Still an opportunity here. Jamison Scott right on the goal line. Smothered beautifully by the Aspley defence. Desperation at its best. They don't want to concede another one here as Woodburn, he lays a strong tackle on Tane McDonald and grills on his opponent. Might have been illegal. And Jamison Scott will get up. No, umpire said throwing the ball up. Still a Surface forward line. Smith in the front position looking for Woodburn. Hodniski's going to come in and tackle him. And ball will be thrown in. Woodburn probably not appreciating the tackle. Something that Hodniski probably wants to do. Woodburn's beating into the ball at the moment. It's a great matchup with 2 midfielders. Certainly the Surfers Paradise player probably getting the points at the moment. The ball thrown in. These two also having a great battle, Smith and Delbridge. Smith, the second attempt for Bowd. Doran. Ball in dispute. Matty Doran goes back to Cesarago. The force backwards for the moment here, Surface. Beardsall will quick chip, kick away. It's touched. End up the ruckman. Back to Beardsall. His handball's also interrupted. Little chip kick there as Cesarago bumped off the ball late. Ball still found its way to Woodburn, and Doran drifting downfield will take the mark. Urged on by supporters in the nearby stand. Kicks towards the top of the square. Looking for red and blue mark, but going back there and taking a relieving mark might be Tane McDonald. Good defensive work by the number 25. Spots up his skipper Bastanak. Still deep in the defensive zone. Kicks straight up the guts. He wants to find there Jordan Chambers. There's plenty of red and blue jumpers in support. There's Albie Jones leading the race to the ball. So is Brock O'Sullivan for Aspley. So likes to go to ground and move the ball out of the defensive zone momentarily there, Aspley. They're stuck on 1-5-11, 47 points behind Surface, who are 8-10-58. 3 goals to 1 so far in this second term. They'll take the ball away. Another clearance there to Surface Paradise. Looking there for Gordon. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Ball will come back here to Justice Bentley. He sends the ball out wide. Now, can Aspley build something from this back line? Jeffrey was there, showed a lot of courage, crashed into Smith. He was going to get a free kick too, but rewarded for his courage. Delbridge was there. I think he's trying to block Smith out of the way. But it was Andrew Jeffrey. He's one of the key midfielders who bore the brunt, although the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Zach Smith slow to get up. Finally does so now, but Andrew Jeffrey also probably looking for more from him in the midfield. Ball sent out wide, but Max Cruz took a strong mark upon his opponent as Aspley were forced out wide. Goes to Joe Kennedy in the back line. Doran never stops running. Here's Luxton, also come running from the back line. Good strong tackle though. Blade might have been by Coffey. He'll be pinged too, holding the ball. Good reward there for Aspley. So Paddy Coffey off that half-back line. What can he do here? It's just be a long kick to a contest. They can't get much run on play at the moment, Aspley, and the Surface defences love mopping this up. Beardsall has Bowd dropped what he should have taken. Zadie Bradshaw came in, but Bowd had time to recover, and away they go again from the middle of the ground. Number 1, Doran passes number 2, Zach Smith. Where's number 3, Benny Woodburn? No, he's going higher than that. He's going to go to Sears, who came in from nowhere and takes the mark. Got an opportunist goal in the first term, Zachy Sears. Also hit the post from a set shot. Let's see what we can do here. Second set shot, 35 metres directly in front. As we approach the 23-minute mark of the second term, Surface looking to add a bit more pain to the Aspley cause. He comes in and the ball, the wind will bring it back and squeeze it through. No, hitting the post this time for number 25. He brings up his second, becomes the second multiple goal kicker, joining Lawrence King, who's got both his goals in their second term. And it's very much rinse and repeat from the first quarter for Surface Paradise. Even though Aspley scored a goal in their second term, they did attack early, but since then, it's all been the Demons on home turf. And the biggest lead of the game now, 53 points. They've opened up, approaching half-time. So that would please Sam Dwyer no end. Keep you updated with the other scores coming around from around the grounds in TPIL Lawyers QAFL. 54-point lead, Palm Beach over Noosa. That game started earlier, 95-41. Get back to the play momentarily here as Aspley going to attack. Left foot kick there from Podmiski. And a kick there, being bumped off the ball as he kicked it. Might have been Cesarago. So good defensive work there, or forward defensive work there by Aspley. Maroochydore 16-point lead over Broadbeach, 30-14. Now Redland Victoria Point have opened up a free kick. The last 3 goals to open up that margin over Cooperoo, 40-21. The other game, Interest Labrador away to Sherwood. The Tigers lead the Magpies at the moment by 9 points. As Jody Bradshaw kicks the ball deep into their attacking zone. Chance here for Aspley. We know what that service defence is like, and they combine well. Luxton with Woodburn. They've got the kick away eventually, up towards the centre wing position. Luxton maxing with Woodburn again. Joe Kennedy joining in the fray, goes short, finds Carrigan. Didn't travel the full 15, but play up forward. It was Jamison Scott to King. Short kick there to Doran on the outside. There's Bowd from the defensive zone. Great work by Surface Paradise, one end to the other, and the ball ends up in the hands of Kane Gordon, who have a set shot right behind him here. They worked it beautifully. Started with Woodburn and Kennedy and Luxton there from the back line. And they had players running free. Open forward line as a result. And Kane Gordon also looking for his second goal this term to join Lawrence King with 2 majors. We need to aim for the right post, and it is fending away, but he threads it through. Goal umpire's been busy this quarter at that end of the ground, and after at one stage they were 5 goals 10. Service to kick 5 straight goals, so double figures now in the goals and the behinds column, and they stretch that lead even further now to 59 points over Aspley, 10-10-70. The Hornets stuck on 1-5-11. 26 minutes gone of the second term, and Kane Gordon brings up his second. So 3 multiple goal kickers: Lawrence King, Zach Sears, and now Kane Gordon, and Ryan Basnak, the lone goal kicker there for Aspley. So plenty of work for Mark Seen and his assistant coaches there at half time, try and change things around for the Hornets, but they break away again. Service this time Woodburn. He goes from long range, and how much way is the ball going to bounce? And it's the wrong side of the post, much to supporters' disappointment. So the behinds edge in front of the goals once again for the home team. 10-11-71. Aspley 1-5-11. So it's an even 10 goals if you like, 60 points. And Surface certainly making up those 2 recent home losses. The 2 number 3s battle out. A great one-handed mark by Ryan Bastanak. Trying to lift his side. Again, looking for the corridor. It's got Delbridge there. He went up one-handed as well, but no teammate there to recover. Leas Campsey there was there to bring the ball down to Woodburn. Ball goes over the top there to Fraser. Down to King. Sold the dummy. Looking for a teammate better position. That's going to be Carrigan. Unselfish play by Lawrence King. He loves where the goals are. On this occasion, he chose a wiser option, and Carrigan, who's been another very good contributor for Surface Paradise since he came on. And he'll try and marry up the goals and the behinds column here. 11-11. That's what he's looking for. And a brilliant first half by Surface Paradise. Over the ball, he spreads it wide, just makes it through for a minor score. Disappointed with that kick there, James Carrigan, so it brings up to 10-12-72. Aspley, can they go from one end of the ground to the other and get a belated goal in this half? High kick, a couple of contenders here, Doherty and also Jordan Chambers. Beats both of them though. Doran, he couldn't trap the ball for Surface. Bowd's in there. Woodburn, he's tackled by Hodnevsky, who's hot in his tail. I'll come and throw the ball up. So still time remaining for both these sides to get a goal on the board. Delbridge just doesn't stop trying. Rode his own tap out there, sent the ball forward, but no one's home there for Aspley. A chance though for Jordan Chambers. Quick kick come out here to Ryan Baston. He's got Levi a bit further on down the lead. The ball will get to him. Over the top there was Doran, but Levi will be paid the free kick. The blonde locks there of Tommy Levi. And the number 63. Immediately plays on. Requires a mark. Plenty of red and blue jumpers in defence though. Again, they run the ball so well out of the defensive zone. Doran, another disposal, has been dynamic in this first half, the skipper. He's got Kennedy to Jones. Got the handball away for Harry. Thomas Field's got to him. King avoided the tackle. Well, not the first knock. The second one though, Tay McDonald. It's lucky not to be pinged. Kennedy's there. And Surface making hard work of this one. Sears tackled by Geordie Taylor. Looking for a free kick. Play goes down behind the ball. And not happy there is Sammy Jewell. Gets up holding his head, so whether he's done a knock. He looks a bit of inconvenience there. Keep an eye on him. Right on the edge of the centre square. In fact, it's going to come straight off, I think, Jewel. Delbridge again doing his own ruck work, or roving his own ruck work, sends the ball high. Now's a chance to go forward once again. Beardsall and Levi, a match on here, but again outnumbered. Ends up with Cruz in turn to Luxton, who sold the dummy, little left foot kick. Only finds Lachlan Chambers and get things going quickly. They get a score on the board here, Aspley. There's Sammy Jewell taking his time coming off the ground. The long kick comes in and shepherded through. So great work there by Aspley. That's what they wanted. And Chambers is the one that gives them that result. So Lachlan Chambers with the goal. And barely needed one, understatement. So the second goal to the Hornets occurring at the 30-minute mark of the second term. 2-5-17. And brings that margin under 10 goals now, 55 points. Surface well in front on 10-12-72. So at least they can go in with some momentum, with half-time siren not too far away. But Coach Sam Dwyer will be plenty happy, I would imagine, with surface work in the first half. Woodburn, a long raking handball to Carrigan, broke the tackle from just inside the square. King again with plenty of space though. Not sure how he's afforded so much space. And getting out of that tackle there was Justice Bentley. As umpire Frank Rayson will throw the ball up. Smith and Delbridge do battle. Again, Delbridge doing well, so strong. Lucky a bit of height against Smith, but certainly going down to Doherty holding the ankle. That looks a serious one too. Keep an eye on that. Albie Jones in the defensive zone. Eastall will beat him. Kennedy's there. Kennedy beats one. He beats two. Turns around. Kick intercepted. End up with Hodniski as on one leg. Poor Jesse Patrick Doherty trying to remain involved in the play. The ball was handballed and he couldn't kick it. He was trying to recover. But unfortunately, just as Thomas Levi was running towards the open goal, the siren is gone. That means the half-time score. Surface Paradise 10-12-72. So they kick 5-8 in the first term. They kick 5-4 now in the second term. They go into half-time with a handy 55-point margin over Aspley, who were 2-5-17. Their two goal kickers both in that second quarter, Ryan Bastanak and Lachlan Chambers. And the three mobile goal kickers there for Surface Paradise, Lawrence King, Zach Sears and Kane Gordon. It's half-time here at Calibre Homes Oval. TPIL Lawyers round 19 action. The home team, Surface Paradise, are led it by 55 points.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game.
Looking at making a comeback.
There's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super Kick. Tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience. Having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
Oh, yeah, I thought I saw one going down there.
Rather on the fence for I think it's two little clippies, mate. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Goes only 20, does it? Yeah. Oh, okay. 20 minutes. What I'll come in.
I was a little worried. I was like, am I going to make it back?
Pretty short ones in 5.
And welcome back to Calibre Homes Oval here at Benoa on the Gold Coast. And it's commanding half-time lead of 55 points to the home side. Surfers Paradise 10-12-72 over Aspley 2-5-17. 3 goals each to Lawrence King, Zach Sears and Kane Gordon. Singles to Harrison Fraser, Samuel Jewell, who kicked the first goal of the match, Jamison Scott and Joe Kennedy. And just the 2 goal kickers there for Aspley. Both those goals in the second term. Ryan Bastanak following up later on the quarter by Lachlan Chambers. So a lot of work for Aspley to do. If you're with us in the first half here, thanks to Double Take, of course, doing all the video work for AFLQ and this TPIL Lawyers round 19 match. Number 31, Jesse Patrick Doherty. Peter injured his ankle late in the second term, but he's gone for a couple of run-throughs. And he was testing that left ankle out, so he might be back on the park. And, of course, Samuel Jewell went off with an injury too for Surfers Paradise. So to see if he's taken his place for the second half. But a lot of work for the Aspley team and the Hornets to do to try and claw back this lead. I see Jesse Patrick Doherty is coming to the bench, so he won't be on the field straight away. But bringing up to date the other scores that are happening. And first of all, in the Bond University QAFLW first elimination final between Morningside and Wilston Grange, and at 3/4 time it's a 29-point lead to the Panthers, 7-7 over Wilston Grange, 3-2-20. And the second eliminator will be getting underway about 15 minutes from now between Bond University and Aspley at Bond University. And the match completed, of course, started at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, was between Palm Beach and Noosa in TPIL Lawyers QAFL, and a big win to Palm Beach over Noosa by 80 points, 18-14, 122, Noosa 6-6-42. The other games are at half-time. Maroochydore 11-point lead over Broadbeach 31-20. Redland Victoria Point 14 points over Cooperoo 41-27. Labrador 4 points over Sherwood 37-33. And Wilston Grange, a big 43-point lead over Mount Gravatt. Of course, you can find all that action on the AFLQ YouTube channel. But the second half is underway, and Surfers Paradise kicking towards the northern end, and Carrigan pouncing on a clearance from Benny Woodburn. And again, that ball at that end is fading from right to left. So Carrigan picks up his second behind of the afternoon. Aspley, well, probably guilty in the first term of slow build-up, and here they are trying to go through the corridor. It's Bastanak, Ryan, got the ball up there, and a good mark's been taken by Geordie Chambers. On that left boot, the lead is on Brock O'Sullivan. Couldn't trap it though. Beardsill did though. Opposite number 12 there was Andrew Jeffrey. Ball ends up with Cesarago. Little chip kick. Was it just inside? It was. The Doran had picked up a heap of possessions there in the first half. The Surfers Paradise skipper, Kennedy, led under the ball, and Harry Grills tackled strongly by Sears. And Sears will take the free kick. 2 goals in the first half. To Sears wearing the headband. Little chip kick just found Nice. That left knee, heavily bandaged, got the knee brace on. Kicks it across here to Tarleton. Woodburn running from the back as they like to do. But Albie Jones out wide, gained 150. Picked up a host of disposals in the first half, especially the first quarter. Got well done there by Leah Campsey. Got the ball down there, looking there for Swallows. Now got the right shoulder strapped, I noticed. Got the ball back to Doran inboard. Went to ground, got the handball away. And now Harry Fraser coming in from close range. Chips it, a little checkside kick if you like. Screwed her around, makes no mistake. First goal of the second half in the first 2 minutes. Going in the way of Harrison Fraser. Picks up his second. So now 4 multiple goal kickers there for the Demons. As I said, that first goal in the first 2 minutes. And the biggest lead well, no, not quite the biggest lead of the game. And 68 points. Yes, it is now. 68 points, the biggest lead of the game there. 12-13, 85. And Hornets stuck on 2-5, 17. So Surfers continue on their merry way. And, of course, staying in touch with the top 2. Of course, Morningside have a break. Have a bye this weekend. So Surfers will come within 1 game of Morningside. But a bit of percentage difference, though, between the two. Of course, the 2 sides do meet next week in the final round of TPIL Lawyers QAFL. Doran, another clearance here to Surfers Paradise. High left foot kick, Coffey with the spoil. Sends down for Tane McDonald. Got a bit of space, got the kick quickly away, but it'll be a lasso. Luxton will be the resultant free kick recipient. So Luxton, that unique kicking action, sends the ball inside forward 50. McDonald's there again, but immediately he's tackled. Here's Fraser. Well, he tried his luck from the boundary line. I think he tried. It just goes across the face and through for a minor score. 2 goals, 1 for the number 16. And with that second goal, I think he brings up season tally number 20. Missed a couple of games through injury. Just another one of those effective small forwards. And almost lane tackle there was Carrigan. Got the kick away though. The Hornets, a good strong mark taken by Lachlan Chambers. Number 6 there. But again, it's slow movement from Aspley. No one running from the back line as we see Surfers Paradise regularly do, or risky kick. Kenny stuck his hand in there, but the mark was taken. That was by Jordan Bastanak. Finds Ryan. One of the 2 goal kickers so far. Goes in short to McKenzie. By McKenzie wearing the number 2. Now the mark required by an Aspley forward, but front and square there was Leah Campsey. Looking away, Woodburn's down there as well. His quick toe poke clears defensive 50. Only as far as Kennedy, back from down from the forward line. Short kick didn't go to 15 today, Swallow. She's got that right shoulder heavily strapped. Carrigan interfered with a free kick. It's opposite number 5 there in Jordan Bastanak. Great cut off there by Tane McDonald. He started well in this third quarter for Aspley. Trying to shield his eyes from the sun was Thomas Grills. Sends the ball, and there's finally a forward inside 50 mark. And that goes to Thomas Levi, who presented himself a few occasions there in that forward line in the first half. Hasn't been able to trouble the scorers as yet. And he'll be looking now to try and get an early goal on the board in this third quarter for his struggling team at the moment. So Levi get to reach double figures as far as goal kickers for the season for Aspley. And that's a wayward kick. Need a bit of support down there, Aspley. Brock O'Sullivan's there to keep it in play. Yes, he did. Got the little toe poke away, only as far as Simpson. And we haven't seen Sam Jewellers yet. And all good work by Levi. Good second effort. It was taken high there. I think he was. And we get the free kick as about to drop the handball. And Levi intercepted well, so he's going to have another shot here. the space of a minute and a lot closer to range as the sun decides to make an appearance. Get rid of the cloudy skies from earlier today, so the Gold Coast Air Show supporters will be pretty pleased about that. So Levi, as he learned a bit from his previous set shot about a minute ago, trying to get the third goal for the Hornets on the board. And it starts in the middle, and that wing just taking it away. So I'd be pretty disappointed that Levi, just the minor score. So I make it 2-6-18. Surface well in front, 12-14-86. Early stages of the third term. We've played 6 minutes. The Demons looking pretty good. Albie Jones, game number 150, mentioned a few times today. He celebrated in style so far as Zach Smith got the fist in there. Ball kept in play by Luxton. Fraser got the first goal of the second half. Smith kept running, slightly fumbly, but the ball somehow back to Fraser. They keep running forward. Lawrence King might have been dealt with after he got rid of it. And the mark's been taken. Now the lead is on. And Jewell, who is recovered from that knock, obviously, in the second term. He came off the last 10 minutes or so of that before half-time. He's obviously recovered. And you hear the Becks in the background. The air show taking place not too far away on the beachfront here at Surfers Paradise. And the footy club representing the Surfers Paradise are doing it pretty well at the moment. And Sam Jewell, like he did in the first quarter, he kicks a goal at that end, so he also becomes the fifth model goal kicker for the Demons. And they march on to 13-14, 92 to 2-6-18. So terrific start there by Surface, Fraser, and also Jewell in amongst the scorers. As we've gone 8 minutes here, and the Demons looking good. Of course, mentioned a couple of times, a big match in preparation for next week against Morningside. Will be fresh off a break, and Morningside be wanting to stay in that top 2 position. Palm Beach will be back on top after that win over Noosa. That final sign going a few moments ago. Palm Beach winning by 80 points. It's Levi, but a kick under pressure down to the floor line. Umpire called play on though. I think Jones was happy about that, and good to see Jesse Patrick Doherty back on the field after knocking that left ankle earlier on. So, ball to come back in. Thrown back into play. Good crowd attendance, as there always is here at Calibre Homes Oval for the home games for Surfers Paradise. Wind's died down a little bit, that sun coming out. Smith and Delbridge tried hard. Jordan Taylor got the ball at the top. Levi, another snap. Again, it's misdirected. Stayed in bounds though, and Albie Jones was carried over the boundary line by Geordie Taylor. Will be thrown back into play. Still attacking here though for Aspley. They do love a goal from this contest. So, plenty of encouragement being barked from the sidelines. Smith in the front position from Delbridge. As there's Jesse Patrick Doherty being sent to the ground though by the strong Surfers Paradise defence. It was Zach Smith. As Geordie Chambers couldn't get it clear. Delbridge attacks that ruck contest from behind. Over the top there to Neas. Turn to Swallow on his left foot. Kicks the ball out of defensive 50. Harry Grills came in. Doran's there till he had 2 to beat. Couldn't do so. Ball goes out of bounds. Just forward of the Surface interchange bench. Pretty satisfied Demons coaching panel in the coach's box at the moment. Seeing the Demons up 12-14-86 over Aspley 2-6-18. 68-point lead. We played 10 minutes of the third quarter. Smith in front. Jeffrey overran it. Bastanak tackled by Woodburn. The 2 number 3s doing battle. Hodnoski's been the main player. Might be a bit of a change there. It's like Woodburn's running with Bastanak now. As Hodnoski was involved. Carrigan though got the ball away. Surface through Luxton. He's got the handball over to Albie Jones. Took away handball to Zach Smith. Return to Jamison Scott. He's got pace. Doing it by hand at the moment. Ends up on the boot of Kennedy. Good score by Coffey as Lawrence King had his name all over it. Out to Bradshaw. There's Hodnowski. And one of the few positions he's had this afternoon. Probably his first contested mark. Eastor had trouble picking it up. Does so eventually. Beardsall got in front of Levi, and so much the applause of the crowd not standing too far away in the stand, and also the coaching panel. Beardsall thumps the ball over the boundary line and forces another stoppage. So umpire steps in a few steps, comes in a few metres, throws the ball in. Smith, Delbridge do battle again. Just out of the way is Beardsall. Taylor couldn't grab the ball. Carrigan did. It dispossessed immediately. Illegally, said the umpire. The free kick will go there to Tane McDonald. Had a good third quarter for Aspley. Wants to send his team back into attack, but again, it's allowing time for Surface to get back, although Jeffrey did well. Sends the ball up. Good, strong mark. Another contested mark inside their 50 here by Delbridge. Spending time on the forward line. It's hardly been off the ground, I don't think, Finbar Delbridge. He said second in the competition for hit-outs behind the veteran Craig Malone for Redland Victoria Point. And Finbar Delbridge, number 44. Again, and he makes the distance. It's a high mark. A few contested there. Bow down towards Thomas Grills. Got 3 Surfers Paradise players to beat. Eventually fed the ball out. Only as far as Max Cruz, though. Cruz high up and under. Coffey couldn't take the mark. Be in danger here. Service could be away. No, Coffey recovered well. Back to Tane McDonald. Another possession this term. Over to Geordie Bastanak. He can't hit the ball in play. The ball be thrown in. Just left the scoreboard. And it shows you a Surface and comfortable lead, 86-18. I'll keep you updated with around the grounds as well shortly. Mind of Morningside, we're well in front of Wilson Grange and the Bond University QAFLW. As Delbridge over the back of Smith. Looks around, wondering what on earth happened, but see what happens. Zach Smith in with the free kick. Quick handball up to Woodburn. But standing in the way there is Justice Bentley. Bentley. And his kick, a bit of kick to kick at the moment. Leah Campsey stood in the way. Over to Luxton. Coaching staff wants him to hold, and he was being held too. Almost go away the 50. Luxton with unusual kicking action, goes short. He finds Billy Beardsall. This racks up getting disposals week after week off that half back line. His kick though, what tribute of that? Couldn't find the target. Ended up with Coffey. Again, that won't find the target either. Beardsall gets another chance. Back to Woodburn. Woodburn goes short, squares it off, rolls the jet into the background of the air show. Doran called a play on, got that trusty left boot, but standing in the way. So just play between the two arcs at the moment. Not a lot of scoring going on. Surface just the 2 goals so far in this second term, the third term I should say. A 50-metre penalty being given away, so we'll go the way of Kaylin Harrop here from the back line. On the overlap was Hodnowski. Luxton was away up to it though, but Hodnowski got the kick away. And standing in front there was Simpson, Chambers, Lachlan, variety. Just a high up and under. Ball bounces straight in the air. Grills came in. Here's a chance for Andrew Jeffrey. Screws the ball around. Jordan Chambers was there. Can I get a goal out of this? Cesarago goes. He grabs the ball. I think he's going to be in trouble. Cesarago, yep, he dragged the ball in. Jordan Chambers was there. And the number 24, Aspley, will take the resultant free kick, and surely he will be able to get a goal this time for Aspley. They've fought hard though the last couple of minutes. So what can Chambers do? The roar of the jet engines in the background. Not too far away on the beachfront here at Surfers Paradise, but kicking towards the southern end. Chambers comes in. And with the left foot, Jordan makes no mistake. So becomes the third goal kicker for Aspley this afternoon. And we'll move on to 3-6-24. Surfers Paradise 12-14-86. 15.5 minutes played of the third quarter. As Zach Smith, Lee Campsey take a break. Sam Jewell comes on. And Jeffrey, who's involved in that play, takes a break for Aspley. And as does Paddy Coffey, and Harry Grills comes on, as does Thomas Levi. So certainly showing a bit of fight in this third quarter so far, Aspley, but still a long, long way behind. Trailed by 62 points. It's repeating the game that's been completed. Palm Beach Currumbin, 80-point winners over Noosa. 122-42. Umpire Frank Wason coming through the ball once again. And so we get the clearance. Aspley, like a couple of back-to-back goals here. That'd be object here. Hodniski was taken high, but he's getting more involved. Here's Levi, trying hard this third quarter. There's just Patrick Doherty, back to Levi. Can he break the tackle? He did. Has the shot at goal. Ball's going to be close to the goal line, but their last line defence, Tarleton, happy to see it through. But they're taking the goals in this third term. As all we need is that jet engine and fighter jet to fly over here to really drown me out. Jones, short kick, finds Beardsall. Belly went to 15. Kane Gordon's here. He's right over the back of Ryan Bastanak, who copped one in the back, that's for sure. Gordon was there to take the handball to Woodburn. The runners everywhere at the moment, surface. There's Sam Jewell, but the ball, with the courtesy of the wind's going to go away from him. And Jamison Scott couldn't keep it in. Or was it Kennedy? It's Kennedy. So Banner umpire's going to run a few metres to retrieve the ball. Redland Victoria point, just 14 points in front of Cooperoo. Kings are battling well against the Sharks there. Redland up 53, Cooperoo 39. Labrador broken away from Sherwood though. The Tigers 76 over Sherwood 39. And Wilson Grange comfortable lead over Mount Gravatt by 33 points, 72-39. Around the grounds in TPIL Lawyers QAFL round 19. One more to go to the final round as Aspley got to work up their back line. And mentioned Hodniski got more involved. I thought he stayed in, but boundary umpire saw it differently. So ball will be thrown in between wing and half forward for the Horn for surface. Just down from the interchange bench. Andrew Jeffrey and Zadie Bradshaw ready to come on. And looks like Simpson and Delbridge do battle in the ruck. And Simpson came back into the side this week. Hornets looking for the free kick and they'll get it. Dennis possibly should have been paid. No, it is going the other way. So Delbridge had a couple of free kicks paid against him this third quarter, which he's certainly not happy about. Simpson, as I said, came into the team this week, as did David Swallow. The Demons deep in the forward zone. Lawrence King is there, trying to keep the ball in. Battling hard against a couple of Hornets opponents. They got out to Kennedy. Went back the handball to Swallow. Handball under pressure though, wrapped up in a tackle. And had prior opportunities, said the umpire. If the camera can get the fighter jet in the background, it's above the tall buildings. A bit of was pictures there, courtesy of double take. We'll give away another 50-metre penalty here. There's a lot of entertainment going on besides what's going on here at Calibre Homes Oval. They bring the ball all the way up to the centre of the ground, but a kick again going astray for Aspley. As being held there was Justice Bentley. Woodburn's back there. One kick off the ground, Delbridge, no. They're about to come in. Short kick for Swallow, but Ryan Bassnet came in, took a mark, recovery from that knock. Not too far from where he's got the ball in his hands at the moment. Come to the 20-minute mark of the third quarter, a tighter third term. Levi, the ball bounced in front of him, or got one on the way through. Bentley, back to Geordie Taylor this time. A few Jordans and Loughlin's in the Aspley team. And Luxton went up. There's McKenzie, tackled around the neck. And you can't believe he wasn't paid the free kick. Umpire penalty saw it differently. Still a chance. Chambers, Loughlin that is. He couldn't get the kick clear. Umpire to come and throw the ball up once again. So he looks back towards the centre of the ground. Looks like Zach Smith there with Keating. But back in the Aspley goal square. Again, players wrapped up. So they can't knock it directly through. Here's Surface. Delbridge down to Geordie Bastanak. Toe poke from someone. No, touched it the umpire. Bastanak just missed getting the toe poke through. I've been rushed through there by Surface. Only a minor score. The goal square tussle there. But Surface quickly away with the free kick. That's a poor one. So as they kick out from defensive zone by Nice, straight over the boundary line. So back to even 10 goals. Surface lead it. Lead is on by Geordie Bastanak. He'll gratefully accept it. At the 21-minute mark, Aspley trying to level up here with Surface with goals so far in this third quarter. Surface kicked 5 goals in each of the first 2 terms. Only held to 2 so far in this third quarter. And Jordan Bastanak trying to get the Hornets second of the term. And the ball is coming around, and he might have got it through. Allow for the breeze. Great result there for Geordie Bastanak. So a slight error there on the kick out by Surface Paradise has led to an Aspley goal. And Jordan Bastanak gets his first, joins Ryan as well with the single. And kicked the last 2 goals for the first time for the match. Aspley kicked back-to-back goals. That one occurring at the 22-minute mark. So they kicked 2 goals free this turn. And outscoring Surface, in fact, to kick 2 goals too. So Mark seemed to be a lot more positive about his troops, the way they've approached this third quarter. Hodnitsky getting more of the ball, being marked by Carrigan now. As the Tyler's Delbridge goes up. Bradshaw couldn't trap it. Swallow. Tackle without the ball though. I think Paul Finbar's given away about 3 or 4 free kicks so far in this third quarter. Trying hard as always though. Swallow's going to go back. Support deep in the back line. To Tarleton. He goes short. And the mark's been taken by Carrigan. So the game on the bench. Of course, players such as Lucas Snowball, Oscar Wood, playing for the Suns, Matt McGuinness, playing for Southport Sharks, Zyma Lane for the Southport Sharks as well, as far as the Demons are concerned. Short kick, and he's happy to slow up play at the moment, Surface Paradise. The ball held up on that other side, courtesy of Harrison Fraser. It's a good crowd bringing around the fence here at Calibre Homes Oval as well. Players go up, and laying a tackle there might have been Thomas Grills. In fact, it was Lachlan Sherwood, so the ball will be thrown up. Not far from Surface goal. The Escher continues in the background. Enjoying the special effects. King, was he tackled high? Umpire said no. Again, he was looking for the free kick. So quite a few stoppages. 24 minutes played of this third quarter. And high up and under. And Kane Gordon, that kick was allowed for Calibre 15, has taken the mark. He wants to go back and have a set shot. So a kick from just outside 50. And pulls the socks up. But Aspley have matched them so far for goals in this term. So Gordon comes in. Long left foot kick. It's not a bad attempt either. The Surface teammates celebrate. And Kane Gordon, well, he comes leading goal kicker on the park now. He's got 3. Kicked 2 in the second term. Now a goal in the third. And Surface Paradise back out to 13-14-92. Back to that 10-goal lead over Aspley, 4-8-32. And we played 25 minutes. And even though that jet airplane is miles away, you can hear and feel the rumble here in the commentary box a few miles away at Calibre Homes Oval. Quite extraordinary. But it's all the action. They've got the jet engine propulsion at the moment, Surface Paradise. 60-point lead over Aspley, 25.5 minutes played. after the goal there from Kane Gordon. Fortuitous, kick went high, just barely tailed the 15. The ball back in the centre though. Now the umpire's blowing the whistle, and it's going the way of Surfers Paradise. Woodburn held off the ball, telling his players to slow down. Still time remaining in this third quarter. Woodburn lifts them to the half-forward flank. Sears will pick it up. He's trying to get his third goal on the board as well. So is Lawrence King. Went one way the next. We've got players loose the forward line. Just went over the head of Lee Campsey. Aspley forced to defend here. They can do so now. Hosking the ball out wide. Rocco Sullivan went up one hand. Probably should have done better than that. Should have tried for the two hands. Beardsall goes through the corridor. Simpson ran onto it. Got the handball straight away to Maxi Cruz. Cruz delivers the ball down the centre. In front there was Sam Jewell. Leaves the ball there for Sears. He's going to bounce high and hit the post again. Well, he hit the left-hand goal post in the first two. He's matched it up with another post, this time the right-hand post in the third. 2 goals, 2 there for Zachy Sears. As the Demons edge towards the century. 93 though at the moment, 61-point lead over Aspley. Kicking short, finds Geordie Chambers. Kicked a goal earlier this quarter, again goes short to Jeffrey. They had Harrop loose here on the interchange bench. He's quickly swapping players with Doherty. Didn't go to 15. Basnak's forced to elude the tackle of Carrigan. He did so. Kicks the ball smack back in the middle there of Caliber Homes Oval. As the ball goes down to a centre forward, Woodburn. Strongly met by Brock O'Sullivan. He forced the turnover though. Little chip kick over the back. Will try and Carrigan out. Geordie Chambers standing tall. Took a good mark. The ball onto Bastanak. Ryan goes short. He finds Geordie Taylor. That's better from Aspley. Better build up here. McKenzie. Cicerago's going to lead the protected zone there. Barely did it. Taylor running past. Inside 50. Pops the ball up towards the goal square. Big mark required, but it came from Luxton. Great defensive work again there from Surface. By hand over to Beardsall. And they get out of trouble now through the last goal kicker there in Kane Gordon. His left foot kick. It goes short. Eastall was there. Plenty of brown and gold jumpers though. Brown and yellow jumpers there for Aspley. And the ball held up in a tackle. So approaching 3/4 time. It's still the handy 61-point lead to Surface, although Aspley have tried hard this term. And they'll go forward once again. They'll let forward 50 entry. Well, that came off the boot of Beardsall. It stayed in though, close to that boundary line. Luxton trying to find Billy Beardsall again, who's ridden to the ground, tackled by Doherty. McKenzie in the back, over the shoulder. Whatever you call it, what you like, you get a free kick. So, McKenzie, is there still a late chance for Aspley? They need a mark here. But again, the Surface defence are first to the ball. Aspley need to get in front. Woodburn's tackled from a couple of angles there from Jeffrey. And also Geordie Taylor. And yeah, Geordie Taylor helping his opposition play get up. Delbridge gets it down. Jeffrey couldn't get it. Quick kick away. Carrigan did though. Back towards the centre. And being held up there. And probably lucky not to be paid 50, but all too late for Aspley. With the home team still in well and truly in control here, Surface Paradise. And well, the kick went out wide. Someone's going to have a lofty shot. It's not a bad barrel, but well short of the distance. So just for practice perhaps, but that is definitely 3/4 time. Surface 13-15, 93. 61-point lead over Aspley, 4-8-32. 3 goals to Kane Gordon, 2 goals each to Lawrence King, Harrison Fraser and Sam Jewell, along with Zach Sears. All individual goal kickers for Aspley. The goal kickers in that third term being Jordan Bastanak and the other Jordan in Chambers. But it's all Surface Paradise at 3/4 time.
Visit play.afl/more to footy.
Welcome back to Calibre Homes Oval here, Benoa on the Gold Coast, and Surfers Paradise handy 61-point lead over Aspley at the final break, 13-15-93. Aspley 4-8-32 scores all official there. 3 goals to Kane Gordon, leading goal kicker on the park. 2 each to Lawrence King, Harrison Fraser, Sammy Jewell, Zach Sears, and then singles to Jamison Scott and Joe Kennedy. And all singles there for Aspley. The Bastinacks have got 1 each, Ryan and Jordan, and 1 each to Lachlan Chambers and also Jordan Chambers as well. So it's the Chambers and Bastinack show as far as the goal kickers are concerned for the visitors. Well, we'll see what Coach Mark Seena's said to his team at 3/4 time, but Surfers Paradise looking comfortable at the moment, and Coach Sam Dwyer, of course, want his teams to run it out. Advantage go to Ben Woodburn for the high tackle, but ball will come back. Woodburn will take the free kick. Certainly one of the prime midfielders, not only this game, but for Surfers right throughout the season. Standing away and there was Harry Grills. Number 14 will take the free kick for Aspley in the defensive zone. Goes short to the scoreboard side. Finds Thomas Grills. And a short kick. Spots up Justice Bentley. So this has been the story of the day so far for Aspley. Very slow movement. Eastall is going to find Coffey at centre-half back. Going to get runners out wide. Oh, run down there, Harry Grills. The handball probably go to the right side there from Coffey to Grills. And in the end, Harry was grilled in the tackle there by Kane Gordon. Got the ball down to Benny Woodburn. Just racks up disposals after disposals throughout the season, as we know. With his cohort there in Matty Doran. A lovely kick too. Spotting up Sammy Jewell. The space was offered by Aspley, and Surfers gratefully accepted. And Sam Jewell, he kicked the first goal of the match. Hands the ball off here to Albie Jones in game 150. Looking to celebrate a goal there, but instead it's going to find a target deep in that right forward pocket. And it might go to the nippy Jamison Scott. Now, Ben Woodburn's leading down. Now, Scott kicked a terrific goal from the boundary in the first quarter. It was a left forward pocket. This is the right forward pocket. He's not going to check side. Kick is on. No one home. I think no one knew what he was going to be doing. In the end, Aspley can clear it away. Cruz up against Harrop. And Cruz will get there first. Got the handball away to Luxton. Just dropped it momentarily. Can recover though. Kick. Eastall's the one who's got to stand underneath it. Jamison Scott said, look, I'll try it again. This time I'm a bit further out from goal. I'll test my distance, but I'll have a ping. I don't think he's going for a short kick this time. So he's going to take his time, check the wind, and try and get the first goal of this final quarter underway. Played 2 minutes as Scott comes in, and the ball's going to go close to the goal line, but it's just the wrong side of the goal post and through for a minor score. First score of the final term, a minor one as Surface edged towards the century, 13-16-94, Aspley 4-8-32. So the kick-in duties there, Harry Grills. Almost reaches the centre, that's a better mark. Well, not paid there to Chambers. Jordan, that is. Down to McKenzie, also in the blue boots. Kai McKenzie. Now, a bit of space here for Aspley to run into. Ball bounce off over Hodniski. Put the ball over at Brock O'Sullivan. Has had a fairly quiet day. Hasn't had much opportunity though, the number 60. And the umpires will come in and throw the ball up. It's at the right end as far as Aspley is concerned. Just down from their coaching and interchange area. Delbridge up against Simpson. Number 44 for Aspley. Ball over. The chance for McKenzie here. He can line up if he wants to. He decided to have a ping, but he's off target. And through for another score. In the Bond University QAFL W, until Morningside has progressed to next week. We'll play the winner of the match getting underway at the moment between Bond University and Aspley. Morningside a comfortable 57-point win over Wilston Grange in the women's Open Division. To kick off the elimination finals, of course, Southport and Cooperoo, the top 2 teams, will be playing next Saturday afternoon for a spot in the grand final. But back here, Surface looking the goods. Joe Kennedy goes short and finds Nice. Immediately plays on. Trying to switch play. Levi came in too late there. Leah Campsey over to Albie Jones. 150 gamer. We'll go short to Carrigan. Plenty of space. Jordan Taylor stands the mark. Wanting to go inside the corridor. Might be forced to kick down the line here. He does kick to the contest. Woodburn's going to fly, so's Doran, so's Bradshaw. Came off the knee of Andrew Jeffrey, in fact. Almost effective as a handball. And get it clear. Chambers, if he can trap the ball, he did, but great pressure by Bad. Forced him to put the ball to boot and out of bounds on the full. And number 51 there for service to take the free kick. So right in front of the Hornets coaching bench. Bad there. Jewel behind his opponent. Good work there by Lockie Sherwood. Got in front. The Winters held her up, so took the mark. Forced to go backwards though. Again, the service so good in their zone defence. Really cluttering up Aspley as Easter wants to go down the corridor. There's good lead. Offered there by Hodniski. Ball strange for him to drop. They should have taken. Had time to recover though. Swings around on the right boot. Decides to send a long one in, but it's 2 to beat. Beats all comers. Over the back though is O'Sullivan. A rare shot at goal for Brock O'Sullivan. And through for a minor score. Tackles and got rid of it. But they're trying. They're getting inside 50s at the moment. Continue in the VFL, the Southport Sharks have won their final game of the season. Beat Coburg by one straight kick. And of course the Q Clash, as far as the VFL was concerned, it was all one-way traffic for the Lions. Of course, players from QAFL involved in both those contests. Perhaps back with their normal teams, their club teams, heading into the finals as Coffey went one way to the next. Held up. Get the ball back there to a teammate. They go deep in the forward line, but again, no one home. The ball at the back of the pack and might bounce through for a minor score. Another minor score it does. Wanting goals at the moment, but not getting it at this stage, Aspley. They surface, bring the ball out through Carrigan at centre half back. Sends the ball out wide. And that's Cruz. He goes inboard as well to King. Down from the forward line. Had options in the centre of the ground. One of them is Bode. Out wide. And taking the mark, Jones. Albie Jones goes over the top again. A player in space will be Sears. Got 2 goals on the board already. Now sets it up. High up and under. Players need to be in front. The ball brought to ground by the Aspley defence. Sears will get his own kick back here if he can. Ball spills to McKenzie. Goes by hand. As Woodburn goes down momentarily for surface. Umpires found a free kick. Advantage paid. So what will Chambers do here? Well, he won't be too happy with that kick. He put the ball out in front to Lockie Chambers. Levi back in board. Thomas Levi. Well done by Albie Jones. We saw him momentarily here on the broadcast swing. He went charging back to help his defenders. He put Levi under pressure. And Thomas couldn't convert. Gone down for 3 behind so far this afternoon. The blonde head of 63. And Swallow takes the resultant kick in from that back line. He went too happy with that kick. That's chopped off. Well done by Aspley. And they kicked in towards the forward line. Again, back the flight of the ball. And that's Cesarago. Playing just his second game in Demons colours. Goes short. Didn't go to the 15. But Albie Jones had plenty of time. And he's had a feast, especially in the first quarter and now already in this final term. Chambers. Back to Thomas Grills, goes short, finds Hodniski. So it's about his only second mark for the afternoon. And Luke Hodniski will go back and have the set shot. He's just kicked the 6 goals for the season. He's racked up poaching 250 disposals though for the season, well behind his skipper, almost 100 behind their skipper Ryan Bastanak. But what can the number 39 do here? He'd love a goal. The small band of Horn supporters that are here, and that's not a bad kick. It just faded at the last minute there. And now there's a bit of dispute. He's celebrating. The goal umpire, though, has only waved 1 flag. Well, so a bit of controversy there, perhaps. Hodniski thought he kicked it. The goal umpire saw differently. Said it went across the face. So it's only a minor score, please note there, as Bradshaw came in. Done nothing going the way of the Hornets at the moment. Carrigan back over the top there to Leah Campsey. Chopped off though. Now a chance for Jeffrey. He'll have a standing start. There's a ping and a diving there like a goalkeeper. The English Premier League season not too far away. That was Cesarago saving it from a certain behind. Kicks across the goals. He's defending. Found the target though. Ball goes in short. Cruz doing back. Thomas Grills came in, put the ball to ground. They'll be pinged. Cruz, Grills and Cruz. Grills couldn't believe it. Cruz took the free kick. Another tip kick finds Lawrence King on the outer side. So 10 minutes go on the final term. Gloomy, dark clouds in the distance. They won't be reaching here by the time the game's end, fortunately. But big 57-point lead to Surface at the moment, 94-37. It's a poor kick, though, by the home team. Only goes as far as Bastanak. Ryan over there to Harry Grills. Down towards the mark, taken by Cesarago, coming into his own, taking a couple of intercept marks so far in this final term. Over the top to Albie Jones. They're waxing well. And King, who's picked up his third mark this term, I think on the defensive side of the ground. Ball beats a couple of players. Delbridge off one step. Got the kick away. Oh, Albie Jones. Leather points are too tired. The kick coming in, though, for Aspley. At this time, Geordie Chambers, health umpire, goal umpire say this time. He's got it. So Geordie Chambers picks up his second, both in the second half. And the goal in the fourth quarter, going to Aspley 5-13-43. And Surface stuck on 13-16-94. So Surface goalless so far in the first part of this final term. But Aspley get the goal back. So, in fact, they've scored 3 goals, 8 in their second half, outscoring Surface 3 goals, 4. After Surface kicked 5 goals in each of the first 2 terms to have that handy 55-point lead at the main break. So, at the moment, taking 51 points. So, well done to Aspley to fight their way back in the second half. Not let the game just completely run away to perhaps a century lost, and the game forward again. Hodniski, as I said, got more involved. The game went on. Jeffrey, go over the top there to Hodniski. Running past is Ryan Bastanak. Fit the handball. It was all under pressure, though. Woodburn sent to the ground. And holding that left ankle, which he was holding before too, so that tackle wouldn't have helped. Geordie Taylor's been tackled by Barrett. And Woodburn gets up, just limps away. Back towards the contest, though. Ball back in Aspley's forward 50. 12 minutes played the final term. Can I string a couple of goals here together, make that scoreboard more respectable? Jordan Bastanak. He was tackled. Kick away, though, by Albie Jones. And as far as Tamer Donald, though, at centre half forward. So Aspley have loaded up their forward line. Now the lead is on. Misdirected pass, though. Finds Nice there in front of the goals that he's defending. He wants to switch play now to the broadcast side. Finds Barrett. He's had a few disposals in the second half. Short kick to Sears. Barrett running past, that's ignored. Sears just a high up and under. Plenty of brown and gold, yellow jumpers, and mark being taken there by Harry Grills. Wants options up forward. Just force kick down the line to a contest. The wing, swing it towards the boundary line. Taylor, can he keep it in play? No. Another stoppage. So, scoring a little bit dried up here for Surface in the second half. Aspley applying a bit more pressure. More one-on-one footy. But of course, Surface probably had this game won at the main break. Woodburn coming from that knock to the ankle. The ball over to Carrigan. 1-2 with Sears. Over the top again to Kennedy. Get a kick in just before Harry Grills got to him. And find Harry Fraser. Back on the inside is Bode. Beautiful work by Surface Paradise. Sears got options here. Which way will he go? He wants to run towards the open goal. Took 2 bounces. Has the check side and puts it through for his third. He was caught up in about 3 or 4 different minds there, Zachy Sears. But in the end, he ran into the open goal, chose it himself. So a goal in the first, a goal in the second, now a goal in the final term. Brings up 3 for the number 25. And service brings up the century as well, the 14-minute mark. They're 14-16-100 over Aspley 5-13-43. So we go around the grounds in the TPI Lawyers QAFL, round 19. And we'll get you the other scores. And repeating, in fact, it wasn't the final score earlier between Noosa and Palm Beach, but Palm Beach had a comfortable victory. It was 142-61 there in the end. And we'll bring the other scores as they come through from the website. I just decided to play up on me for the time being. So, ball back in the centre. Here, Simpson to Woodburn, to Luxton. Running pass, short kick to Kane Gordon. Takes the mark, he likes to go back to have a shot at goal. He's already kicked 3 for the afternoon. As things do get a bit murky here, in fact, at Benoa. The kick out wide for Taylor. Wind carries the ball over. Oh, he missed the kick off the ground there. Allowed Swallow in. There's Smith. He kicks straight to Eastall, though, who did well to defend. Now to Simpson. He needs to get the ball on the first bounce. He did. Woodburn. Great composure by Ben Woodburn. And he quickly saw Harrison Fraser coming into his view, a little bit closer to goal. And Fraser will go back and have a set shot right behind the kick here. And he's looking for his 3rd goal of the afternoon. And to extend the lead once again as conditions freshen here at Benoa. So Fraser just aim for that right-hand goal post. He does, but the ball holds its line straight over the goal umpire. He knows where the goals are, all the experience, all the goals he's kicked here. It's the Bruce Ball Park over the years, Harrison Fraser. So he picks up his 3rd. And after that early goal to Aspley, once again, Surfers Paradise are able to reply with 2 goals of their own. Might turn on to 15-16-106. Aspley 5-13-43. 16.5 minutes played the final turn. As we go around the ground, and it's Broadbeach in front of Maroochydore. So Broadbeach, of course, well entrenched in the top 8 in 7th spot, fighting out with Labrador, who are just above them on percentage in 6th. So Broadbeach is 60, Maroochydore 49. Redland, Victoria Point kicked away from Cooperoo. The Sharks over the Kings by 42 points. Get the other scores in a moment. Back to the game here. Doran back to Carrigan. That midfield so powerful for Surface. And Swallow was out on the wing here. Had time for the handball back to Doran, who kept running forward. Now they needs a mark down there, almost over the head of Gordon, almost trapped it. Ball come back to Kennedy, went one way, the next beat a couple of tackles, beat a 3rd tackle. Kennedy runs to the open goal, ran his full measure. Joey Kennedy putting on a show. And he finally brings up his 2nd goal. But again, all starting from the Surfers Paradise midfield. Experience of Doran there, Carrigan, Swallow, back to Doran, sends the ball inside, and Joey Kennedy beating about 3 or 4 Hornets players to thread his way through. Just about ran his full measure as well. And Surface level up the behinds column with the goals there. So they're 16-16, 112. Hornets 5-13-43. Now 18 minutes played of the final term. Just going back to those other scores around the ground, and Labrador kicked away from Shield as well. Labrador 62-point lead, 115-53. And Wilson Grange lead by over 40 points over Mount Gravatt. Podnitsky got the ball away to Bradshaw, 39-59. Sends the ball down, a mark there. Well, there you go, 39-59, ends up number 60 there. That's Brock O'Sullivan for Aspley. He's had a pretty quiet day. He's found contested marks down there, or space hard to come by. He had a shot on goal earlier in the match, but this is his first real set shot. Gets the boundary though, only about 20 metres out from goal. And we do have to get on the scoreboard to apply that last goal from Kennedy at the other end. So Sullivan comes in, and drifts across and just through for the minor score, unfortunately for him. His second behind. So 5-14 Aspley compared to 16-16. 112 to 44 in favour of Surface. But to tick at a time on and the 20-minute mark. The Surface easily, as they've shown throughout the afternoon, bring the ball out of defence. Cruz, short to Bode. Now he wants to switch play. Go to the other side. So, risky kick there. Found Nice just out of Lachlan Chambers ready to pounce. Another risky kick there. O'Sullivan was closing in on Albie Jones. He did close about 20 disposals in game number 150. The Surface stalwart. He sends the ball to the outer wing. Tipping it, but being held. Give the free kick away. Will go to Kennedy. I think that last goal through traffic. Goes short. Finds Jamison Scott. Scott now quickly wheels around. And trying to find space. It's a risky kick as well. Albie Jones came in, ran to the big arms of Sherwood. And Lachlan Sherwood wraps up Jones in the tackle. Umpire Frankie Rayson will come and throw the ball up. So Delbridge left Smith behind. And again, Delbridge on the wrong end of a ruck free kick. About 4 of those given away after half time. Smith immediately lays the ball off there. Kicks the ball deep into the forward zone. As conditions like certainly freshen up and get a bit murky here. Umpire call play on Delbridge. Try to break through a couple of tackles. Albie Jones is there. Players go to ground. Picked off though by Hodniski. He goes short. Finds Lachlan Chambers, I think, out there. Get on the left boot. And sends it down. But only as far as the half-back line. As here goes the Surface defence, led by Beardsall to King. Looking back for Billy Beardsall. Bode has been everything in this last quarter. He got tackled though. And you can smell rain in the air. It won't be far away. Levi's a chance before the rain starts falling. Now the players loose there. Brock O'Sullivan takes the mark. Will get his chance here. Toe pokes. He makes sure the goal umpire doesn't forget about it either. And makes no mistake. So he finally gets on the board. And a consolation goal there to Brock O'Sullivan, the Hornets. 6-14-50 to 16-16, 112. And a 22-minute mark there of the final quarter. It's just trying to prevent the rain coming into the timekeepers and commentary box here at Calibre Homes Oval. As conditions have deteriorated. Well, they did close in very quickly. Got a sunshine for most of the game. On the side of the cloudy conditions. But supporters ducking for cover now. Of course, there's a QAFLW Division 1 match to follow this. Surface against Burleigh, that'll be a big game. Of course, the women's finals in the Open competition underway. Morningside winning through to next week after defeating Wilson Grange and Bond University, and Aspley will have to cope with the wet weather. The Surface drive forward here through Luxton. Oh, swinging around, here's Kenny looking for another goal. As a goal, umpire lets the ball bounce through, and the all clear is given. So Kenny with a great snap there. He brings up his third now as well. And Surface march away. 17-16, 118. Aspley 6-14, 50. So Kenny there bring up his third goal, his second in this final term. So 3 goals each there to Fraser, Zach Sears, Kane Gordon and Joey Kennedy. Surface and bring up their 4th goal of this final term. After Aspley were matching them earlier on, but have certainly overall been no match to the experience, especially in the midfield of Surface, which have been unstoppable this afternoon, led by Doran, Woodburn, Carrigan, Billy Beardsley off the back line. A little short kick, barely went to 15. It'll be paid to Harrop though. Might be able to use the wind here. So he kicks down towards the left forward pocket. Chambers got Jordan Bassinak in support. And he's happy to carry the ball over the boundary line. Wind picking up as well. So, boundary umpire doesn't come in the full few metres. So, short boundary throw in. A favoured Delbridge looking for Jeffrey trying to run through. Woodburn, tireless. Another handball to Luxton. I should say Bowden it was. But his kick intercepted by Lockie Sherwood. Sherwood goes short. Houston's a bit tricky now, the slippery ball and the rain. So Doran picked up the crumbs off Jeffrey there. The players are driven to the ground. And the umpire will throw the ball up. Close to the centre of the ground here at Calibre Homes Oval. And a comfortable 68-point lead to Surfers Paradise. We have a big match against Morningside, who have had this weekend off, the only team to have a bye. Surfers Paradise had the bye last week, like Palm Beach Currumbin, and certainly shown the benefit of that bye as they get ready for another finals campaign. And in fact, the lights have been forced to come on here at Calibre Homes Oval as conditions get gloomy. And the match following this will be ending in the dark as well. Well, as night time soon approaches. So Surfers Paradise, as I said, runners up to RVP last year, hoping to take one step further. But certainly the top 4 or 5 sides, plenty of competition. Look forward to the final series here on TPIL Lawyers QAFL. Ball ends up there with Basnet, couldn't trap it. Bode did. Ball back there to Tarleton. Back to Bode, eludes a tackle. Forced to go backwards over here, Surface. Luxton, again by hand over the top. It's a short handball to Leah Campsey. They've got the ball away, looking for Lawrence King. He's got the front position. He tackled though by Brock O'Sullivan. Did well, O'Sullivan. He didn't give up on that effort. And Brock O'Sullivan goes short, finds Jeffrey towards the corridor. And his kick down towards the goal line. Another chance here for Jordan Chambers. Snap's not a bad one. I think he's threaded it through. No, marked right on the line. Goal umpire looks as though he's about ready to give a decision there, but right on the goal line, leaving mark there to the Demons. Spoiling another opportunity there for the Hornets. A kick on the outer side. And going up, taking a great mark there was Kennedy. Down for the forward line. The runners are open here though for Surface. Sam Jules running to a vacant forward line. They get the ball down there. He's going to run off. Binsel, Jamison Scott's there. Run to open goal line. Give it out to your skipper. No, he's going to go all the way here. One bounce. Point blank range. Bang! Goal. Jamison Scott brings up another one. His second of the afternoon. Ball bottle goal kickers for Surface. And after kicking that goal, says, Coach, I've had enough. I need a break. He's going to run off the ground as the Surface bring up their 18th goal. Just before full time, I would suggest. 27 minutes goal in the final term. And this game's going to end in gloomy conditions and a gloomy result there for Aspley. Surface 18-16, 1-2-4. And the Hornets 6-14-50. 2 goals there to Jamison Scott. So it's been a brilliant all-round performance there for Surfers Paradise. As we mentioned, big game against Morningside at Jack Esplin Oval next week. And that will certainly be a big preparation for the finals campaign for the Demons, who will retain their top or their 3rd spot. So Morningside will drop to 2nd after the big win by Palm Beach today. And Palm Beach play Broadbeach next week. As the ball goes down towards the Surfers Paradise forward line once again. And there is full time. Led from go to woe, Surfers Paradise. 5 goals in the first, 5 in the second. Held a little bit in the 3rd quarter. But they've come home for a comfortable 74-point victory. 18-16, 1-2-4, 6-14-50. The day of the red and the blue. We've had 3 goals to Joey Kennedy, Kane Gordon, Zach Sears, and Harrison Fraser. 2 each there to Lawrence King, Sam Jewell, and also Jamison Scott, the main goal kickers there for Surface. 2 goals to Jordan Chambers for the Beaton Brigade there in Aspley. Singles to Brock O'Sullivan, the Basnecks, Ryan and Jordan, and Lachlan Chambers one goal as well. Thanks to Santiago there on the double take for their camera work, and a big win to Service Paradise. We look forward to your company next time for TPIL Lawyers QAFL. In the meantime, this is Andrew Brown wishing you all a very good evening.
Pretty much set up, just, because it's a rain zone, you just
yeah, mine's that one that's on the ground.
Yes, you know, the Wi-Fi thing.
Oh, it's so fancy! Oh, well,